Hello Leo, and welcome to your February reading. So, I meditated on your energy and laid down the first layer of cards. I'm going to give you the general reading, and after that a little love bonus for the month of February with the Lenormand. So, what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. Here I have the page of Wands with the Ten of Swords. That is receiving a news that is kind of very hard to swallow. This is somebody telling us something that kind of puts the nail in the coffin kind of thing. And the two cards that follow is the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So that tells me that whatever that news is that you are going to hear in the month of February is going to move you deeply and make you face an aspect of yourself where maybe you didn't feel good enough, or this has a tendency, could put you out in the cold, or whatever, where either it is a completely disempowering situation, or that you're going to have to strategize about this, or this was done behind your back and you're kind of left, I wasn't expecting that. And that is why at the end of the month you are making a decision. And when that decision is made, that inner decision is made, you're gung-ho on it. And this is a brand new enthusiastic movement forward. So this is going to be like, oh, okay, I've learned and saw something. I'm making my inner decision here, and I'm getting the hell out of there. Or this, I know now what I have to do now, kind of thing. Under that news, I have the Emperor. That news could be coming from an emperor or affecting your empire in a sense. Affecting your career, your family, your world per se. And it is going to affect you here after I have the King of Cups. Deeply emotionally. It's going to call for you to... sorry, I'm just going to off it. There we go. It's going to call for you to be very emotionally mature about it. The King of Cups is very emotionally mature. Kind of seeing this and looking at this from a paused, not a reactive way, but a very stable emotional state. Under your decision where you're going to go gung-ho after that, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So you are going to push and change the conditions of your life. It's like receiving a news, being very emotionally mature about it, making your decision and pushing the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever this that is coming towards you. Here I have the Sun. And the Sun, yes, it is you. But it is also saying that whatever it is, what you're going to see and hear, it is clear. Clear as day. There's no confusion here. It's going to bring you that enlightenment on the situation. And when you're going to get that enlightenment on that situation, here I have the Knight of Swords. You're going to take that clarity, and you're going to go and speak your truth. You do take a decision. And here, it's from that clarity you take a decision. And here I have you again, King of Wands, with the Hangman. So you might have that first pulsion of this is it, I'm gonna go there. But here the tarot is saying, wait a minute, in order for it to be very mature, we want you to pause a bit, because there is, and for still another perspective that we want you to look at, in order for you to be in complete control with that new movement. And it is a new movement, because I do have the Fool here under the deck. So there's that news that pushes you into a new venture, let's say. Let's clarify this for Leo. Call upon the light. I call upon the divine. I call upon Spirit, the Holy Spirit. I call upon the light. And I call upon my guides to come here now for the time of this reading for Leos for the month of February. Help me give a clear reading to Leo. Okay. Princess of Wands. What is that news, Spirit? What is that news for Leos? Two of Swords and the King of Swords. Yes, this is something that's going to ask for you to strategize and make a decision. A judgment. So, I'm going to leave the King of Swords here. It's going to call upon your cerebral mastery there. You have the King of Cups and the King of Swords, so emotional mastery and mental mastery. It's going to make you cut out also whatever brought you to the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is like that dark night of the soul, where we see how thoughts and belief could have hurt us in the past. All the ways it betrayed us, it is in his back, you know, all the swords are in his back. But he knows that there's more out there. This is not the only reality. And he is very, with the King of Swords there, very sure and clear about that. What is that Seven of Swords with the Five of Pentacles for Leo? What is this? I have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is really seeing how something maybe that you thought was because the Five of Cups is like this huge disappointment, grieving, looking at the cups that have fallen on the ground here. And with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, I mean, this is a news that is kind of gonna bring you this kind of I can't believe this is happening kind of thing, you know? But it is with the Ace of Cups. So there is this opportunity at the same time to receive more than what you have had until now, but it's almost like maybe you thought you had, but then you see that you don't. And that is kind of, oh my God. There's a disappointment here. A grieving, a news that really shakes you up. What is that Two of Swords and the Prince of Wands? King of Cups. You are going to rely on and see that Ace of Cups. That's the thing. It's almost like it's gonna wise you up on an emotional level. All of this. It's like if it's, because it doesn't have to be a news from somebody, calling you up and, hey, did you know? It's an information that makes you face all of that. So it could just be that moment of consciousness that is brought, could be brought by a movie you see on the TV or whatever, but that brings you to the dark night of the soul, where you see your Five of Cups, your Five of Pentacles, and your Seven of Swords. And it all has to do about that capacity to allow peace and abundance within your life. And it is almost like making you, pushing you to embody a King of Cups. You, Leo, fire, to go and have that emotional, go first of all in your waters and absorb that water and be strong and stable in it. Healing. There's healing happening here. So, yeah. This is emotional intelligence, emotional growth. Emperor. What is the Emperor? Okay, here you have clarity about, well, for some of you about an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but the clarity also about what you possess and what you can do with it, what you value, because the Queen of Pentacles, she knows what she has. She looks at her pentacle, and she's the one that allows abundance, pentacle abundance, stability. She's the one that can feed 20 people with just what is around there. It's being able to create what we want with the means that we have, and knowing that we have enough. That kind of assurance. Here you get the clarity of that. There's an understanding here coming in. So it could be purely an information that comes to you that makes you understand something in order to be in more control of your empire, in a way, and face the vibrations that you had inside of you that removed that power from you. It is spiritual growth also. King of Cups. Wow. Okay. We have the Empress. And we have the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So, see that Page of Wands? This is grabbing an Ace of Wands. This is grabbing fire. This is grabbing willpower. This is grabbing direction. That pushes you towards leaving dropping baggage, finishing a cycle, because what you have understood, you will not let yourself go back down again. Go back down to maybe these energies here. Because this is contrasting to this. So it is like, oh my God, okay, I see how all of this brought me to the 10 of swords. And here is an ace of cups. You have the ace of sword and the ace of cup. I understand something. I can receive more peace. This is inspiration. This is serenity. It is love from the universe. And it is affecting directly your King of Cups, which is that emotional soundness is clarified by the Empress, the one that allows, the one that is unconditional. Empress and Emperor. See that balancing that is arriving? I think during the month you're going to hear something that's going to make you face certain vibrations inside of you. And kind of have to take a decision to remove them. 2 of swords. And when you will do that, you will grab that, and this is what you are going to see that you have to do, and you're going to do it like right here and now, being very enthusiastic about it. This is like, you know, after walking for 2,000 miles, finally seeing that there's a rock in our shoe. And you're like, oh my God, this is what made me suffer for so long. I am removing it now, you know? Wheel of Fortune for Leos. Yes. Ta-ta! Judgment. The Judgment is going to make the Wheel of Fortune turn. Removing that rock from your shoe is going to make the wheel turn. And you're not just removing it, you're actually going to put some healing balm on it. I don't know if you see the whole picture there. The sun. Show me the sun for Leo. The sun. So this is all for the sun, you know? For that joy, movement, enthusiastic movement forward. And bottom of the deck, you do have the Fool. So this is truly propulsing you into a brand new venture. 8 of Wands. In that clarity, you are going to make the moves to move forward, to manifest something. Here we have the Prince of Swords. And Prince of Swords, it's that fast moving. We get the truth. Okay. So, you're going to get that understanding, that truth here. You're going to see it in the month of... we have the repeat of the Hangman. It's going to ask of you, once you kind of get conscious of, oh my God, it is possible that I have a rock in my shoe. They're going to ask of you to look at it from a different perspective. There's a possibility that there's something that I have within me that is actually hurting my movement forward. That is actually hurting me, drawing blood there. A vibration that goes against what I am aiming for. Here, Hangman, look at it differently. 3 of Wands and the Chariot. This is movement forward once we have aligned ourselves. But after the Hangman, after that alignment during the month, after looking at things from a different perspective, kind of understanding the whole picture. Probably, yes, there's a rock on my shoe, but now I see how I got it there. you know, what I did that actually brought that rock in my shoe. Here, talk to me about the King of Wands and the Hangman. So there you are, mastering that wand, that new wand that is being given to you. Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords with the Page of Wands, Ten of Swords with the King of Wands. End of a cycle of swords that has to do with the Five of Pentacle here. And so what is the Hangman? Something that really slowed you down, that made you maybe accept situations that you shouldn't have accepted. How do you put your energies and what you get out of it? That's what they want you to look at. What have you mastered? What have you collected until now from the efforts that you've put in? It is going to be part of your maturity, of your emotional maturity, once you understand that. And probably going to change the way you do things by having that part healed in you. Temperance. So, yes, there's this new thing that is coming to you in the beginning of the month that is making you release, understand one heck of a pattern, one heck of a vibration that you've been carrying. And that is going to move the wheel of fortune for you, give you a judgment and enlightenment. End that cycle. You're ending a cycle of Ten of Swords, and that's a hard cycle to finish. And it's that vibration, holding on to that vibration that put all those swords in your back. The I'm not enough, or I'm letting others make me believe that I'm not enough, or just that being left out in the cold kind of thing. There it is. A lack. And it can be on many different levels, but it was something that was disempowering you and bringing you grief. You are going to understand it, drop that way of doing things, remastering what you attract towards yourself, and move the wheel of fortune by understanding that energy from every level. Yeah, so now for the love part, which is a bit this now that I see with the clarification, because the two cards that came out together at first, here with the Lenormand, I have the cross and I have the sun. And the cross is something we bear. It can be something hard that we have to face, but faith is making us go through it. And with the sun, which is, you know, that same feeling here of seeing clearly, and with the faith, it's having that illumination to help us come over our cross that we had to bear. And the cross you had to bear, here I have the mices. And the mices, that's the feeling of loss. It's, you know how mices chew up something, sorrow, loss. It's all that, these energies here. You, through your faith, you are going to move past these energies. And the result is the child, a brand new innocent beginning. So I asked about love, but for spirit, love is not always romantic love, even if we're in February. I don't think Valentine's Day exists on the other side. So love is our heart's well-being on the deepest levels. There is going to be a healing through your faith, an enlightenment that is going to happen, a judgment that is going to make you overpass whatever these energies of the mices. And I think that it is these energies here that you pulled out, and that is your faith. It's going to bring you a mastery of making a decision and move towards moving the wheel of fortune and finishing all of these cycles to arrive in a brand new beginning here. So, the healing of the heart. You are healing, deeply healing your heart this month, Leo. And on this, I'm going to send you all my love and light for the month of February. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing. It helps the channel. And for sharing also the videos. I read all the comments and your likes. And for private readings, description is right there below the address to write to me. Thank you for your donations. It helps more than you think. And every month I do that ceremony to give you back on the new moon and the full moon. And on this, I'm gonna wish you a wonderful month of February, and I'll see you next month, Leo. Bye bye.